So today I will be discussing the health and wellness experience at the University of Maryland, what this means to students, and some problems that students may face on a daily basis at the University of Maryland. One very important aspect of undergraduate life at the University of Maryland is eating. Food plays a crucial role in many college students' lives, whether we realize it or not. In an attempt to reimagine and redesign the University of Maryland health and wellness experience, we talked to a few students about their participation in the dining services at the University of Maryland. We found a few things that were very interesting during these interviews, and I would like to discuss them with you today. Our interviews provided us with a lot of information on the problems students face every day as it relates to food. One of the problems that we came across was that many students are not getting adequate breakfast. And this is a very important issue because, as you all know, breakfast is the most important meal of the day. We found that students know that breakfast is the most important meal of the day, yet they consistently skip this, often because they don't have enough time in their morning. They describe their mornings as hectic and time limited, that there is not enough time to prepare breakfast. They say that they rely on other meals throughout the day to supplement what they miss in breakfast, and this is to support their energy. However, many students felt tired throughout the day, or they felt tired prematurely, so before their day ended. Making it to class was a very important thing to them, but breakfast was not. So what I mean by this was, if students reported that they had an 8 a.m. class, they made it a priority to make it to that class on time. However, at the same time, they did not make it a priority to fix themselves breakfast or grab a snack before they brought out the door for their 8 a.m. class. This was interesting to me because it kind of seemed like students weren't really having their priorities set straight. They were focusing more on making it to class on time and less on having a nutritious breakfast, which was very interesting to me. We also found that simple breakfast meals are under-acknowledged. So, for example, breakfast bars, yogurt, and fruit, they don't really understand how simple these are, how quickly they can be fixed, and how much of a nutritional factor they really do play into our lives. Let's go ahead and talk about this issue a little bit more in depth. So University of Maryland students' healthy lifestyle really depends on what they put in their bodies, or what they do not put in their bodies. Providing the brain with nourishment is very important if we want to retain information and the knowledge we learn in the classrooms. Without adequate nutrition throughout our body and in our brain, we're not going to be able to retain as much information and learn as much as we will if our brain is nourished and fueled with food. Throughout our interviews with fellow Terps, it has become clear that students consistently have issues engaging in the most important meal of the day, which we all know is breakfast. The importance of breakfast is not emphasized in college, and many students report that skipping breakfast is more than widespread. So not only is there less focus on the importance of breakfast, but many students feel they're not the only ones, or it's very common for students to skip breakfast. This perception leads them to skip breakfast even more. It's clear that students struggle to make time in the morning for breakfast. Most students who report having early classes, such as at 8 a.m. or 9 a.m., they told us that they do skip breakfast. As I said before, daytime fatigue and low levels of energy also reported among those who skip breakfast. Students perceive that they are not alone in skipping breakfast, but still acknowledge the importance of it. So they do readily say they know how important it is, but they're not doing anything to fix that, to make sure that they do get that nutrition in the morning. And the ease of breakfast is overlooked, as I said before. Most students don't really understand or realize how simple breakfast can be, such as grabbing a cereal bar, grabbing a banana, some blueberries, strawberries. It's overlooked. Now let's talk about some ways we might approach this issue. How might we help University of Maryland students access healthy foods for the most important meal of the day? How might we educate University of Maryland students on healthy, time-constrained, and quick breakfast ideas? How might we support the University of Maryland students in their efforts to manage time more efficiently so that they are able to have time in the morning for breakfast? I wonder if University of Maryland students need a way to obtain healthy breakfast options during their hectic mornings, or need help accessing resources that can bridge the gap between classes and breakfast. By this I mean sort of incorporating breakfast into these early morning classes so that there is not a way that a student could go without breakfast. How might we use the curriculum to help the University of Maryland students achieve healthier diets? How might we incorporate breakfast into morning classes to help University of Maryland students support a healthy diet and healthy lifestyle? How might we help University of Maryland students understand the important role breakfast plays in college students' lives? With all this said, I'm going to move on to the idea stage and some of the ideas that I came up with of how we might help the University of Maryland students achieve this. So the crucial thing here is figuring out how we might help University of Maryland students access breakfast consistently throughout the semester. So after interviewing and gaining insight on how widespread skipping breakfast is among Terps, and I'm sure other college students at other universities, it is obvious that this issue needs to be addressed. Adopting university-wide policies that promote access to breakfast will foster Terps' health and wellness experience. So this is a university-wide issue. Students in every grade from a variety of backgrounds have reported that they are skipping breakfast. And this is a large issue that I believe can be best addressed if we adopt certain policies that will incorporate breakfast. But first and foremost, I came up with the idea of having breakfast choices available in classroom buildings before 8 o'clock and 9 o'clock a.m. classes. This would give University of Maryland students the opportunity to come face to face with breakfast ideas, breakfast opportunities. Another idea I came up with was incorporating the curriculum into ensuring that students eat a healthy breakfast by allocating a small number of points for extra credit to their overall grade in every course. So this would not just be in certain courses, this would be university-wide, this would be in every single course. Also of utmost importance is dedicating a short period of the first class to going over the importance of eating breakfast, especially for students in college who are on a daily basis coming into contact with new information, projects, homework, and our brain is really on the go. So we really need to help students understand why breakfast is so important, especially for the college student's brain. So similar to how clickers work in the classroom, which I'm sure all of you are familiar with, attending breakfast can be an opportunity to boost your grade in the class, but however, very marginally. So it's not like just by going to breakfast you can move from a B to an A. It's going, I propose that it be a very small amount of points, so that people are not just going there to get the points, but it's a little bit of an incentive. This might also promote social interaction among the students and also attendance indirectly. So if someone's going to their breakfast every day, if they're looking forward to that, they're going to be more likely to come to the class regularly, attend that class regularly. Breakfast foods will be provided of no charge. However, this cost will be factored into the fees and other charges that are part of our tuition. But this really doesn't matter because I believe that the overall benefit will outweigh these charges. So the nutrition that these students are going to get from their breakfast, the benefit that this breakfast will bring the students is going to be overall much higher than these charges. So, and also one last thing is that is to teach students the simplicity of many breakfast foods so that they might understand just how easy breakfast can be.